Good morning again.
再一次同大家講早晨。
I'm sorry to disturb your Sunday morning peace.
唔好意思，打攪咗大家呢星期日早上嘅平靜啊。
But we will not waste our Sunday morning.
但係我哋唔會浪費咗呢一個星期日嘅早上嘅。
We have so many important things to do in Sunday.
星期日呢，我哋通常都有好多好重要嘅要做啦。
But one of the important things is also practice.
但係其中一樣好重要嘅嘢要做呢，都係去練習。
You should not forget to put the practice in the list of important things to do.
你唔應該呢將我哋嘅練習啦，係擺喺我哋最重要做嘅嘢嘅最後啊。
The practice maybe not the first, but should not be the last.
可能你嘅收集啦、練習未必係排第一嘅，
Yes.
但係都請你唔好將佢排第尾啦。
When we create our agenda or calendars, right, we're going to put so many important things to do. But don't forget to put practice is also one of the important things to do.
當我哋建立自己嘅日程啦嘅時候呢，可能我哋都會將好多重要嘅嘢放喺當中，但係都請大家唔好忘記呢，我哋嘅練習啦、收集啦，都係我哋其中一樣重要嘅做嘅事情。
Yes. And with joyful mind,
而係具有一個喜樂嘅心，
not like a time out mentality. That's American, right? Yeah, when your children do something wrong, parents put you time off, go to the corner and sit. That's the time out, right? Then our practice should not be like a time out things.
Lama 提醒我哋呢，喺美國呢，通常我哋話教小朋友呢，都有一個做法呢，叫 time out 嘅。叫小朋友呢，當佢哋做錯事嘅時候呢，父母就會叫佢企埋一個角落頭度呢，咁就好似罰企咁樣樣。呢一個過程呢，就叫 time out。咁 Lama 呢，就提醒我哋嘅收集啦、練習啦，就唔應該只係好似一個 time out 一個罰企咁樣樣嘅時間。
Right? Time out. You are lucky you are not born in America.
大家好幸運，因為大家唔喺美國出世。
But sometimes we treat it as our retreat is treated as a time out. We did a lot of bad things, bad karma, mistakes, so many things. Now you deserve to do the time out called retreat.
有時呢，我哋會去諗閉關呢，就好似 time out 咁樣樣，因為我哋平時做得太多衰嘢啦，太多唔好嘅嘢啦，我哋呢係時候呢，要去做下個 time out 啦。
If our retreat is due to time out, then you feel why me?
如果我哋嘅閉關呢，只係好似 time out 咁樣樣呢，咁你就可能又會問點解又係我呢？
Right? Why me? Then whole retreat is very painful.
咁當你去問點解又係我嘅時候，成個閉關就會變得非常痛苦啦。
Why me?
點解又係我？
And you hate yourself.
然後你好憎恨你
You
自
hate your
己，
parents.
你好憎恨你嘅
You
父
will
母，
hate to the gurus.
你好憎你嘅上司，
You will hate the Buddha and Dharma. Why?
你都好憎佛法。點解？
Then actually the world we feel the hatred.
然後我哋整個世界都會充滿住呢啲嘅憎恨。
So therefore retreat is not like a time out.
所以閉關並唔係一個 time out 嚟嘅。
Actually retreat is I want to take care of myself.
而實質上高閉關係因為我想照顧好我自己。
I need to take care of my trust. We discussed last night. My trust, my love.
而閉關係因為我想照顧好自己嘅信任同埋愛，
Yes, my life.
我嘅生命。
To take care. It's called retreat. Is really is compassion for oneself.
所以我哋話閉關實際上高就係對於自己嘅一個慈悲。
So therefore we should feel whenever there's a retreat, I want to do that.
所以每一次當有閉關嘅時候呢，我哋應該咁樣感受到我好想嚟再去閉關啊。
And maybe physically I cannot participate, but I want to participate mentally, virtually.
就算可能我哋嘅身體冇辦法去參加，但係我哋嘅心、我哋嘅靈性都好想一齊去參加。
Any opportunity to join our retreat, yeah, we should participate. Be within that retreat. Maybe physically it's not possible, but virtually, spiritually, mentally, you can participate.
任何當有閉關嘅機會出現嘅時候呢，我哋都應該有呢一個嘅心，我哋好想參與其中。就算可能我哋嘅身體實質上高未必能夠參與，但係我哋情感上高、靈性上高都希望可以同呢個閉關一齊。
Okay? So therefore our retreat is not like a time out, okay?
所以大家記住，我哋呢一個閉關並唔係好似 time out 咁樣樣。
If you feel a thing is like a time out and I feel uncomfortable, oh, I don't want to torture people. I have a bodhisattva's vow not to torture.
Lama 話佢喺度做呢個閉關並唔係希望想折磨大家嘅，因為佢會想成為一個菩薩啦。咁佢嘅菩薩嘅誓言裏邊咧並唔係想去即係折磨大家嘅。
Yeah, my vow is I have a vow to support.
佢嘅誓言就係要去支持大家
，not to torture.
唔係去折磨大家。
Right? I'm there not to torture. I'm there to support.
佢喺度唔係為咗折磨大家，而係為咗支持大家
That's
嘅。
our vow, right? So therefore, if you have this mentality or idea that retreat is like a time out, change that. Let it go.
所以如果大家有呢一個心態，覺得閉關好似一個 time out 咁樣，就希望大家可以將呢一個心態放下。
Also, sometimes we treated other people, all right? When some people went through some difficulty, some difficult relationship, whatever difficulty, oh, you should go to retreat.
有時當我哋見到其他人咧面對住一啲困難嘅時候咧，我哋可能都會同佢講啊，你應該要去閉
Yeah,
關
that
啊。
means you did something wrong, right? You
因為
should
你
go to
曾經
retreat.
做
That
錯
means you
咗
go
啲
to and I'll
錯
put your
事。
time out.
所以你而家咧就應該好好去閉關啦。
Something. So anyway, that's a good idea, or good motivations, or good attitude. I'm ready to be part of any retreat.
所以咧，我哋要有呢一個好嘅心態同動機，我哋希望參與所有嘅閉關。
Of course, like a physical level, we are very limited. Time and physical, which is relative, is very limited. But we can be part of any retreat in the world, in this planet, mentally, spiritually.
當然啦，
Yes.
我哋嘅
we can
時
part
間
of
空
that.
間係好有限制嘅，我哋未必真係可以參加到所有嘅閉關。但係實質上高，我哋嘅心態啦，我哋嘅靈性上高咧，亦都可以有呢個嘅諗法，就係希望我可以參與呢個世界上高所有嘅閉關。
Okay, and therefore, to put in your list. During retreat is one of my important lists. Like for example, think of you have only 3 days to live. That will happen to us, right? Yes, only 3 days. Not only 3 days, 1 hour. You can imagine, right? Okay, let's say like we have a 3 day to live. What do you want to do in this 3 days? Right? You will feel like a panic, like a hummingbird. I have only 3 days to live. I have to accomplish. I have to do so many things, right? Yes.
所以咧，我哋應該將閉關咧都擺喺我哋希望需要去做嘅嗰個清單上高。Lama亦都請大家咧去想下，如果我哋而家只係剩翻，例如話3日去繼續去生存嘅話，咁究竟我哋會做啲乜呢？可能大家會變得好恐慌，因為哇，我哋要做嘅實在有好多好多。
Then in 3 days, I said, I will practice. I'll go to retreat. First thing is I will practice.
如果大家真係只係剩翻3日嘅話呢，咁我會建議大家就去閉關，
Yes.
就去好好練習啦。
Right? I'm ready to. Really, is we have to learn to ready to be with that death.
因為我哋要好好準備自己去面對死
Right?
亡。
Yes. That the retreat is like I'm ready to be with any problem.
讓我哋自己準備好去同任何問題共處。
When we are ready to be or embrace problem, the problem is not a problem. Problem become another opportunity.
當我哋準備好同任何問題去相處或者去擁抱佢哋嘅時候，問題就唔再係問題啦，而係變成機會啦。
When we are ready,
係當我哋準備好，
right? Fearlessness,
無畏無懼，
shamelessly, be ready with any problem, then problem is no more problem.
當我哋準
Problem
備好，
become another opportunity.
當我哋準備好去面對所有嘅問題嘅時候，問題就唔再成為問題，而係變成機會啦。
The purpose of our practice is to be ready.
我哋去練習嘅目的就係為咗去做好準備。
We are not really ready to be with any problem. I'm ready to be express my problem. Express, right? I can speak out with my problem.
我哋做好準備，唔係淨係單單去面對佢，甚至乎係我希望可以讓我呢啲問題講出嚟，去表達出嚟。
So many of us, we are not ready to be with the problem. We are not ready to speak out our problem.
因為我哋好多人呢，其實我哋未準備好面對問題，二我哋更加唔會去表達我哋嘅問題。
Then we suppress this problem. Then problem become really problem.
而當我哋不斷咁樣去抑壓問題嘅時候，呢啲問題就變成真正嘅問題啦。
This is about a retreat, okay?
呢樣就係關於我哋嘅閉關。
If you say, okay, you have only 3 days to live, what are you going to do? I will practice.
如果大家真係只係剩翻3日去生存嘅話呢，咁我就會選擇呢去做閉關啦。
I want to regain my strength,
我希望重新獲得我嘅
my
內在
spiritual
嘅能力，
power
我靈性上高嘅力量，
to accept whatever situation around me.
去接受任何會出現嘅一個環境狀況。
Okay. Then, in a retreat, first you can think, right? In a retreat, when you come to a retreat, a very important thing is you should leave behind our all habit.
當你嚟
In
到
there's only one requirement in the retreat.
喺我哋嘅閉關裏邊呢，我哋有個要求嘅，就係呢：你要去抌低晒你以前嘅一啲習慣習氣。
Okay. So only one thing is you should not bring and carry on your old habits in retreat.
大家唔應該帶住你哋所有嘅習慣習氣嚟到呢個閉關。
Right? You should leave behind all your old habit. That is one purpose. You retreat from what? We retreat from our old habit.
我哋閉關嘅其中一個嘅目的就係去抌低晒我哋舊有嘅習慣習氣。
Remember this. If we still carry on bringing our old habit with us, we will not appreciate the retreat because old habit is very powerful.
如果我哋繼續拉住所有嘅習慣習氣嚟到閉關嘅話呢，其實大家就唔會欣賞呢個閉關噶啦，因為呢啲嘅習慣習氣呢係非常之有力量嘅。
Okay, not only leaving behind your old habit, the retreat even the result is I'm able to learn. I'm able to let it go of the old habit too. Okay, I'm free from this old habit.
而閉關嘅一個即時嘅一個結果呢，就係我希望可以抌低晒我一啲舊有嘅習慣。
If we don't really learn to let it go of our old habit, then we become like a slave of all our old habit. The habit is very powerful.
如果我哋唔能夠放下我哋一啲舊有嘅習慣，我哋就會變成一個好似奴隸一樣嚇，因為呢一啲嘅習氣呢係非常之有力量嘅。
Right? You can imagine maybe you may meet a wonderful person in this planet. A wonderful person at the beginning, initial level is he or he's a wonderful person. Suddenly your old habit pops up, you ruin. And you forget, totally clouded, right? Something is going wrong. I cannot trust this person. Strange. Yeah. Suddenly, your old habit will become.
可能呢，就舉個例子，例如我哋喺呢個地球上啦，見到一個呢，我哋覺得真係非常非常之好嘅人，但係呢，可能因為我哋舊有嘅習氣啦，我哋就會即刻突然間可能會諗到，可能有啲嘢呢唔係好妥，我覺得我唔可以相信呢一個人，好奇怪。
Or maybe you met sitting in front of a Buddha.
或者你可能可以喺佛堂面前坐喺度，
Great masters.
一個非常好嘅上司。
Sitting there first, wow, so lucky. Great opportunity. I'm sitting in front of the Buddha, and then all habit come and you ruin. It's the same Buddha.
可能一開始嘅時候，你會覺得哇，真係好啦，我有呢個機會可以坐喺菩薩即係佛陀嘅面前。
Nothing is new. This is what they call it. All habits are the same thing, you know.
但係可能我哋舊有嘅習氣就會同我哋講，其實都只不過係同一個佛啫，都係一樣啫。
Even like a Buddha, right? You can imagine we pray and we meditate, we visualize to meet a Buddha desperately. But actually, when you effort to sit in front of a Buddha, then few seconds, maybe a few minutes later, oh, it's the same Buddha.
可能我哋祈請佛啦，甚至乎我哋禪修或者我哋觀想佛陀，但係當我哋真係有機會坐喺佛面前嘅時候，又可能因為我哋呢啲舊有嘅習氣，令到我哋去諗，都只不過係都係一樣嘅佛啫。
Right? It's not the same Buddha, it's the same all habit.
唔係同一個佛啊，係你一樣嘅舊有習氣啊。
You're same all habit. So habit is so powerful.
我哋嘅習氣係非常之有力量。
Right? But we can let it go. We can live behind the habit.
但係我哋可以將呢啲習氣放下嘅。
Right? We don't need what they call very expensive therapies or the 100,000 frustrations, reciting a lot of mantras or making circumambulations, right? In order to let it go to happen. No, do you make a decision? Whole things I want to make a decision. I want to let it go. It's about ourselves. Right? Yes, I could do it. I don't want to live with this all habit. Is it enough? It is time to let it go.
當我哋咧想去放下舊有習氣嘅時候咧，我哋唔需要去揾一啲好貴嘅治療啦，或者要去做幾多萬遍嘅大禮拜啦，念幾多嘅咒語啦，或者做幾多嘅繞塔啦。其實我哋只係需要喺心裏邊立定一個決定，我要放棄舊有嘅習氣，去放下佢。
That is what they call immediate result, or we call purpose. Immediate purpose of doing retreat is to leave behind our all habit.
所以我哋就話嚟閉關嘅一啲即時嘅結果，或者係我哋嘅目的，就係將舊有嘅習氣放下。
Really, if we manage, that is our goal, right? To leave behind our all habit. Then like a sitting 1 hour or 1 day retreat become a very effective, very powerful transformation. Right? Many people experience, that's changing my life only through one sitting, even like one single sitting. That happened.
而當我哋有呢一個咁樣嘅目標，就係希望放下我哋舊有嘅習氣。咁樣當你抱住呢一個嘅目標去坐1個鐘或者係1日嘅閉關，而呢一個嘅閉關就會變得非常之有力量。
Yes. So therefore we should really learn, also practice to leave behind a habit.
所以我哋應該學習點樣去放下我哋嘅習氣。
By retreat or during pilgrimage, right? Going pilgrimage, also leaving behind the habit, or visiting different place, new place, or trying new things, or trying different things.
而放下習氣，當然我哋可以有唔同嘅方法啦。閉關係其中一種，或者我哋去到佛陀嘅聖地啦，都可以係其中一種去放下我哋舊有習氣嘅方法，或者去學習一啲唔同新嘅事物，去新嘅地方。
Or maybe shave your hair.
或者剃晒你啲頭髮啦。
Yeah, shave your hair. Yeah, to letting go my old habit, I want to shave.
我想放下我舊有嘅習氣啊，所以咧我就試下剃晒我啲頭髮先。
Yes. Or change your job.
或者轉換你嘅工作。
Career. Change your career. Yes. Change. Yes. Then you should really think. Yes. Our primary goal is to leave behind all habit.
所以我哋應該去諗，我哋首要嘅目標就係要放下我哋嘅習氣。
We change all the time, right? To secure our all habit, actually.
其實以往呢，一直咧，我哋不停咁樣去改變呢，好多時都只係讓我哋不斷去堅固我哋嘅習氣，
to protect and to secure my all habit.
去保護我哋舊有嘅習氣習慣。
This is why we change.
而我哋咁樣去
We are
轉
very
變。
good in the modern society, right? We're very good in changing things because to secure, to protect my all habit.
喺我哋現今社會呢，其實我哋大家都好叻㗎，好叻去轉變，而嗰個轉變呢，就只係為咗保護我哋舊有嘅習氣習慣。
Maybe therefore, even though you don't like your job, maybe you should stay in order to change your old habit.
有時呢，可能當我哋唔中意我哋自己份工，或者可能大家可以諗，其實我可以留低啊，咁就係為咗去放下我哋舊有嘅習氣。
Yes, maybe you should stay the same job.
或者我哋就應該留翻喺自己嘅工作嗰度。
Same partner.
同一樣嘅伴侶。
Same guru.
同一個上司。
Same organization, right?
同一個機構。
That when you spend longer time, then there's a lot of pain. But think, okay, then I want to stay with it to change in order to change my habit.
我哋可以咁樣去諗，我嘅留低係為咗去改變我嘅習慣。
Habit. Otherwise, our old habit tell us, I don't like, change it. That's all. We always follow or secure or protect our old habit. We become what? Slave. Slave our old habit.
有好多嘅時候都係因為我哋舊有嘅習氣同我哋講，我唔中意，所以我要改變。而咁樣嘅情況底下，我哋就會變咗呢啲習氣嘅奴隸。
You don't need to change other things. The external world, you don't need to change. It will change by itself.
其實外在嘅環境，大家唔需要去改變佢嘅，因為佢自己本身就會改變。
Before they change us, we should change our habit.
其他人想去改變我哋，而我哋應該改變嘅呢係自己嘅習氣。
That is, we should have what they call motivations. Whenever you go to a retreat, purpose is I will leave behind my old habit. That means you are whatever you do, whatever you are, right? Maybe that's a retreat already.
當我哋去做
our goal, our concern is to change my habit, right? You can do wherever you are. You can do it everywhere, anytime. Then every place become our retreat. Right? Every place and every time is our retreat. Because duty, purpose of a retreat is to leave behind my habit. I can let go of my habit anywhere, everywhere, anytime. You don't need approval from your guru, from Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. Right? Or you are Dhamma centers. You don't need approval. You can do it.
當我哋咧有呢一個嘅動機嘅時候，我哋嘅動機就係為咗去改變我哋舊有嘅習氣。如果當我哋常常都帶住呢一個嘅心態動機，其實我哋唔需要一定要喺閉關嘅時候先至可以做到閉關。其實任何嘅時候、任何嘅地方，只要我哋帶住呢一種嘅動機心態，希望放下我哋舊有嘅習氣，咁就任何地方都已經係閉關。我哋唔需要得到上師嘅准許啦，或者佛法僧嘅准許啦。咁其實我哋都已經可以喺閉關嘅當中。
Actually, one of the texts from Padmasambhava, he's saying like a liberation, right? Think the liberation from what? Liberation of what? We think always liberation, freedom. Then we should think liberation, freedom from what? And Padmasambhava mentioned liberation from, or liberation of habit, all habit, or freedom from all habit.
蓮花生大師有一個嘅説法咧，就係話我哋咧要去解脫，或者咧要從一啲嘢上高得到個自由。咁其實我哋從啲乜嘢上高去解脫咧？就係從我哋舊有嘅習氣上高去得到解脫。
So therefore, like whenever you come to the retreat or Dharma centers or the meditation cushions, whatever, then I want to leave behind my old habit.
而所以無論你幾時去到閉關又好啦，一啲佛法中心啦，甚至乎係坐上你禪修嘅 cushion 上高，我都要有呢一個嘅動機，就係去放下我舊有嘅習氣。
It's a very simple thing.
係非常之簡單。
Okay, and that is the requirement for your retreat, to leave behind your habit.
呢個就係你嚟參加閉關嘅一個要求， 放下你舊有嘅習氣。
And then our main topic today is we discussed yesterday. Our spiritual path begin with we are human being. Do you remember that? Yes.
而我哋今日閉關嘅主題呢，就好似我哋琴晚去講，我哋靈性嘅道路上高呢嘅開初就係建基於我哋係人。
Yeah, we should really appreciate, acknowledge, recognize, and are aware of that we are human being. Very simple human being.
我哋應該覺知、認得，亦都去欣賞我哋係人呢一樣嘢。
Then the next is not just human being. We are very precious human being. Have you heard that word? We are precious human being.
唔單止我哋係人，我哋呢一個人生亦都係好寶貴嘅。
Then it is gratitude.
我哋應該有呢個感恩。
Our initial response to ourselves is a gratitude all the time. Gratitude, preciousness.
我哋應該要去知道呢個嘅感恩，因為我哋嘅人生係好寶貴。
Then the reason we should contemplate what makes human life is a precious.
然後我哋就應該好好去思維點解人生係咁可貴嘅呢？
This is a question, okay? Not a statement, it's a question. I'm asking you, what makes human life is a precious?
所以呢一個呢，就係一個大家嘅問題嚟嘅，就想去問下大家點解你覺得人生係咁寶貴、咁難得嘅
？Precious thing. What makes the human life is precious? If you read the classical text, right, sometimes a classical text give a long list. But if especially if you read the jewel liberation of jewel ornament by Gampopa text, words of my perfect teacher Pampadu Rinpoche, or many texts, they give a long list why human birth is precious.
當你去睇翻呢佛法一啲古典嘅教義嘅時候呢，我哋話人生難得或者人生可貴呢，其實係有好多嘅咁樣嘅文獻喺度嘅，包括咗有江波巴大師嘅解脫莊嚴寶論啦，亦都有會言上師教義，
Yes.
都有經講過人生難得嘅。
Are you familiar with these two texts?
大家有冇
That's okay.
睇過呢一啲嘅經文啊？
Then one of the principle of primary logic evidence is very rare to be born as human being. It's very rare, very difficult to be born as human being.
其中一個嘅原因呢，就係因為我哋能夠生而為人呢，人生呢係一個非常之難得嘅機會嚟嘅。
Right? These days people say that's not difficult to be born as human being.
而家有啲人會話啊，其實即係生而為人都唔係一件咁難得嘅事啫。
Right? Like this modern, the 21st century, we are concerned is that too many human beings.
因為喺21世紀，我哋大家嘅關心就係
It's
呢
not
個世界實在有
rare,
太多
too
人
many.
啦，太多嘅人，
Isn't it right? That's too many already.
已經有太多嘅人喺度啦。
Right? That's too many population. That is our problem now. So therefore, if you really look at that evidence that precious human beings are very rare to become a human being, now it's not more rare. It's too much already. So sometimes it doesn't click, right? Oh.
當我哋講話人生難得嘅時候呢，可能大家反而會見到啊，我哋嘅而家世界其中一個好大嘅問題呢，就係人口膨脹得非常之快啦，亦都好多人啦。可能大家就會覺得啊，有啲奇怪咁，點樣覺得人生係咁難得呢？
I heard in Hong Kong, right? You practice. We have too many human beings coming. We need more space, right?
而當我哋
We're
喺香
losing
港，
ourselves. Too many human beings around. Then
而當我哋喺香港做呢一個嘅即係練習啊、收集嘅時候，我哋面對嘅問題都係啊越嚟越多嘅人啊，我哋唔夠空間啊，
right, we're losing our personal space.
我哋連個人
Because
嘅空間都就嚟冇啦。
problem. So therefore, human beings is a very precious because are very rare to become a human. That logic is not relevant anymore.
所以當我哋講話人生難得呢一個咁樣嘅邏輯概念呢，
No,
對我哋嚟講呢，
that doesn't
就好似
click,
完
right?
全唔關係咁樣樣，唔知點樣樣去理解。
then you can think that we have an opportunity, we have a potential to produce human being, but we say no. Right? That's there. Yes, I don't want to be a father. So many reasons, right? Why? If it's really precious, then you should support and use our potential to produce the precious human body.
如果我哋話咧人生係咁難得嘅話咧，咁所以應該當你有機會可以去製造人嘅時候咧，咁你應該要好落力咁樣做啦，係咪？咁我哋應該咁樣做先至啱㗎喎。但係當然可能我哋會有好多嘅考慮，就算有咁嘅機會，我哋都唔會去讓呢一個寶貴嘅人生可以製造出嚟啦。
Actually, if you really look at, actually, if you look at one hand, like being as a human being is a curse, not precious.
有時甚至大家會覺得咧，成為人呢唔係一個好寶貴、好珍貴嘅事，反而好似係一個詛咒咁樣樣。
Right? We had a beautiful planet. Our planet was beautiful, right? We destroy.
因為我哋以前，例如我哋嘅地球啦，以前係好靚㗎，
We
但係我哋
become
破
the
壞佢。
main cause of the planet's destruction.
我哋成為呢個地球咧
When
破
we
壞
look
嘅
at
主
this as
因，
being a human being is a curse.
所以咧成為人就變成一個詛咒啦。
Just being human being is not a precious. Then you should think, what is the reason? What makes human being is precious? What makes?
而所以我哋就應該好好去諗下，究竟乜嘢嘢令到我哋生而為人係一件咁珍貴、咁難得嘅事？
This question is very important.
呢個問題非常重要，
Not like another Buddhist practitioner in all human beings.
唔單止淨係佛法嘅
Yes, why
佛教徒有關，基本上所有嘅人都應該要去咁諗。
Oh, human beings are special because of the Buddha nature.
可能當有人會話俾你聽，點解人咁可貴、咁
Buddha
難得？
nature.
可能係因為我哋嘅佛性啦。
Of course, we say yes because of Buddha nature, right?
可
But
能
if
係因為我哋
then
嘅
if
佛性。
that is the logic, everything is a Buddha nature,
但係如果用同一個邏輯，其實所有嘅嘢都有佛性嘅喎。
right? One of the Zen master called Dogen. Have you heard about him? Dogen, right? Zen Dogen, contemporary teacher Dogen. I like his writing. Yes. And he said that everything is a Buddha nature. That means everything is precious, not only human being. Why we call human being is very precious. Why we separate. Maybe that is a human's ego, maybe. That is a human's problem, maybe. So therefore we should really contemplate what makes human birth, human life. It's very precious.
咁有一個禪修嘅大師啦，道元禪師佢就話啦，其實所有嘅嘢咧都係佛性嚟嘅。咁如果係所有嘢都係佛性，咁就所有嘢都係可貴噶咯喎。咁所以如果係咁嘅話咧，我哋就應該要自己好好諗清楚，點解人生係咁寶貴？
Do you have an answer?
大家有冇一個答案？
I'm asking you this question.
呢個係一個問題嚟嘅。
I think I've seen you most of your face already, 4 years now.
我見過大家好多次㗎啦，有啲見咗4年咁耐㗎咯噃。
And then I really believe you are very sincere practitioners.
所以我有理由相信大家應該都係即係好努力嘅一個修行人啦。
That means I don't treat you as practice like spiritual bypass.
所以我唔會當大家咧好似係得閒嚟坐下嗰種啦。
Most American people, they use Buddhism as just spiritual bypass.
好多美國人呢都會將佛法咧好似成為即係佢哋生活上高一啲點綴咁樣樣嘅啫。
Therefore, like so many places I don't see them here. That means they're using spiritual Buddhism as just spiritual bypass.
所以當佢見到一啲佢哋唔係好熟悉嘅面孔咧，咁佢可以想像啊呢啲人可能都只係會將佛法當為生活上高一啲嘅點綴嘅啫。
But most of you I can see still your faith. That means your spiritual journey is more than just spiritual bypass.
所以咧，我喺呢一度認得大家好多嘅面孔啦，我都有理由相信大家咧嘅禪修嘅一個過程並唔係只係好似一個即係得閒嚟坐下嘅嗰一種嘅模式啦。
That means you should have a very clear, vivid certainty, awareness that human birth is precious.
所以大家應該有一個好清晰、好確定嘅原因，知道點解人生難得嘅。
So what is your evidence? What makes human birth is precious?
咁大家嘅證據係啲乜呢？點解人生係咁難得呢？
Yes.
I think two main reasons. One, as compared, even though human being, the population is quite huge right now, but as compared to other beings, like the insects, we are still very precious because compared to insects or any other animals, in terms of population, the portion, a percentage to become a human being is still very little. And the second one is because for human being, from the text and from my experience,
from the text, yeah.
because as compared with those who live in the heaven, because they are more happier, sometimes they are too happy and they don't want to practice. And compared with the ghost, we are the ghosts are too suffer. They don't want to practice, and they don't have time, or they don't bother to about the practice. But human being, we have both happiness and also suffering. So it's more easier for us to practice. Yeah.
咁呢位同學咧就去答嗱，雖然咧去對比起世界上嘅人口啦，咁但係咧，如果我哋要睇能夠轉身成為人咧，仍然都係個機會係少過例如我哋見到有好多唔同種類嘅昆蟲啊、動物啊咁樣樣，個比例上高仍然都係好稀有嘅。咁另外第二個原因咧就係根據經文去講啦，相比起其他六道嘅眾生，例如天道嘅眾生，咁佢哋因為實在太開心啦，佢哋都冇呢個嘅動力或者動機，點解要去練習去修習佛法？又或者好似係鬼道嘅眾生啦，因為佢哋實在有太多痛苦啦，根本冇咁樣嘅空間啦、能力啦，可以去做到呢一啲嘅修習嘅。而人呢，就因為我哋有開心啦，亦都有快樂，亦都有痛苦。咁而呢一樣嘢就令到我哋咧能夠喺呢一度咧去練習修習佛法啦。
Good. That's good. Maybe numbers. Then why do we complain too many human beings around us?
咁如果係有關於數字嘅話咧，咁我哋就唔應該再去投訴點解人口太多啦。
Okay. That's good. But I think I have my own evidence. Maybe I'm wrong.
但係咧，我覺得我有另外一啲嘅證據，雖然有可能我係錯嘅。
My evidence, what makes human beings is special, is human mind.
我覺得人點解咁難得咧？嗰個證據就係因為我哋嘅人嘅心。
Human mind is a very, very powerful, right? Very powerful human mind. It's not the same other mind. Human mind is very, very powerful and very, very scary, like a very high-tech technology, right? Very powerful and very complex, right? You can think that's human mind.
而我嘅證據，我覺得人生難得咧，就係因為人嘅心。我覺得人嘅心咧係非常之有力量嘅，非常有力量。有時甚至乎咧係好可怕，好似一啲咧好高科技嘅嘢咁樣樣啦，亦都非常之複雜。
Like other beings, such as animals, God realm. You mentioned like a hungry God realm. They have a mind too, but their mind not as powerful, highly developed as humans.
如果我哋要去對比人嘅心啦，同動物嘅心，或者係餓鬼道嘅眾生，佢哋嘅心咧，佢哋嘅心就冇人嘅咁發展得咁好啦。
Very complicated and very very powerful, very high-tech mind we have.
我哋有一個非常之複雜、好有力量，亦都好似好高科技嘅心一樣。
Right. Therefore, if we don't really train properly our human mind, then being human is a curse because human mind.
所以如果我哋唔好好訓練我哋嘅心呢，所以我哋就會話點解其實可能人生呢一樣嘢似乎可以係一個詛咒，就係因為如果我哋唔好好訓練佢嘅時候，佢就會係咁啦。
Okay, I'll give you one example, right?
我俾大家
If you really look at, as you mentioned, right? Actually, they say like a hungry ghost, they suffer. Actually, if you really look at, we humans most suffer most. That's English language. Where human beings suffer most. Actually, in this life, Sometimes we suffer all the realms. We experience the suffering of a hungry ghost. We experience the suffering of a hell realms. Animal, all that we suffer in this life, human mind. Okay, you can imagine hungry ghosts, they only suffer, the hungry ghosts suffering. Poverty, right? Only one part of suffering. But we human beings, even one moment, we suffer, we experience the suffering of all the realms.
如果要對比起人嘅痛苦呢，我或者可以咁樣去講，例如可能餓鬼道嘅眾生只係需要承受餓鬼道嘅痛苦啦，動物嘅眾生只係需要承受動物嘅痛苦，但係人生呢，可能我哋一刻裏邊呢，我哋已經經驗到六道眾生唔同嘅苦。
When you look at this, being human being is a curse. I want to be the flower like this.
如果你咁樣睇嘅話，人生的而且確係一個詛咒嚟㗎。可能你會諗，我淨係想變成好似啲花咁就得啦。
Oh, I want to be somebody's pet, you know.
或者我想成為其他人嘅寵物。
Nice, you don't have to suffer.
你唔需要受痛苦㗎噃。
But sometimes we have to suffer. That's just the fact. I'm not just telling like what you call myth here, right?
我講嘅呢一個係一個事實，唔係一個想像出嚟嘅東西嚟嘅。
Thing, right? How many of you familiar with the suicide? You know, right? Suicide.
我問下，究竟有幾多人佢哋會去自殺啊
In the being like six realm of a being, only human being think I want to kill myself. That's a human being's mind.
喺六道眾生裏邊，就只有人會去諗，我想殺死我自己，就係我哋
Only
人嘅
human
心。
being think I want to kill myself.
就只有人會咁樣去諗，我想殺死自己，
Or I want to kill my parents.
或者我想殺死我嘅父母。
Something, right? Destruction. This is only human being's mind.
只係人嘅心先會咁樣去諗。
Animals, even sometimes animals they eat their parents, but they don't have this idea I want to kill.
就算你
But they
話
think this is my food, right? Yeah. They're thinking this is a food, right? Something, but not idea. Oh, I hate this. I want to kill suffering. No.
就算動物啦，佢哋有時可能都會食咗自己嘅爸爸媽媽，但係佢哋唔會有呢個諗法係我要殺死我嘅父母，佢可能只係會當佢哋係食物啫。
You can think of any being, sentient being. They don't have this idea to kill myself or my relative one, my closer one. Only human means mind. When you look at this, being human is not a precious, it's a curse. It's a curse.
當你去睇所有六道嘅眾生，當中就只有人類咧會有呢個咁樣嘅諗法，我要殺死我自己。如果當你咁樣去睇呢，的而且確生而為人並唔再係一件咁可貴或者難得嘅事，佢可以係一個詛咒。
And this also we should know something, right? People are sometimes like human mind, they suffer. They suffer the most sometimes.
所以我哋話生而為人，可能我哋受嘅痛苦係最多，因為我哋人嘅心。
Right. Then the other side, if you look at the other side, the positive way, like human mind, become a Buddha, because a human mind too.
但係如果我哋去睇人嘅心正面嗰方面呢，佢亦都有好有佢嘅能量嘅，例如佢哋可以成為佛啦。
If you look at in the history, right, most enlightened beings, or admire, all the great bodhisattvas, right, all the great social workers, right, you can think all is because of human mind also. You can think also human mind. You look at this, being a human being is not only a curse, it's also a blessing too. Great opportunity too. Human mind.
而當我哋去睇翻人心正面嘅部分，你都會係睇翻歷史裏邊好多唔同嘅大嘅覺悟者啦、佛菩薩啦，甚至乎可能有啲好好嘅社工啦。其實點解佢哋會可以做到呢一啲嘅嘢呢？都係因為人嘅心。如果我哋咁樣去睇嘅話，咁就唔係一個詛咒啦，佢可以係一個嘅祝福。
Therefore, from the how mind functionality point of view, you cannot say mind is bad and good. But mind is a very powerful tool, very powerful.
所以當我哋去睇心嘅功能嘅時候呢，我哋未必去分辨究竟佢哋係即係正面啦，或者係負面啦，反而我哋要睇佢成為一個非常之有力量嘅一個工具。
Very, very powerful tool
一個非常之有力量嘅工具。
Right? We have this. So now the question is what I'm going to do with this mind now. We have, right? This is why somebody say, oh, terrible thing to have is my mind. Right? It's something we think like a terrible thing to have in our life. It's mind.
所以當我哋而家嘅問題就係話，究竟我哋要用呢一個咁有力量嘅心嚟做啲乜？呢個就係我哋要去問嘅問題。有啲人會去話啊，我嘅心呢，就係呢個世界上最可怕嘅事嚟嘅。
Actually, one of the Indian masters once saw me said this. This is not my word. It says, terrible thing to have is mind.
有一個印度嘅大師咧，佢曾經咁樣講啦，佢話擁有人嘅心咧，呢一個係一個最可怕嘅事情。
So therefore, we experience the terrible things of mind. We want to do the meditation is to put away this mind.
而所以因為佢咁得人驚啦，所以有時我哋禪修就係希望咧，我哋去擺低呢一個咁得人驚嘅心。
Right? I try to ignore this mind.
去忽略
I
呢
put
個
in the
心，
ball something like this. A meditation is about.
將佢
Sometimes
擺
right,
喺個
people.
箱裏邊。
Then we know this, right? We use a lot of method to ignore this mind.
我哋用好多好多唔同嘅方法，讓我哋去忽略呢一個心。
We use drugs,
我哋用藥物啦、
alcohol,
酒精啦，
and now the technologies,
我哋而家用科技啦，
movies, so many things we use to escape from this mind, scary mind.
我哋用好多嘅方法，就係為咗去逃避呢個咁可怕嘅心。
Even now, some people using that spiritual path, meditation, is to escape from this mind too.
而家甚至乎有啲人會用靈修嘅道路啦，甚至乎係禪修啦，嚟去逃避呢個可怕嘅心。
No. This is why we treated the mind is like a curse, right? This is why we use all this method.
就因為我哋將人心咧睇成好似一個嘅詛咒一樣，所以我哋就用盡各種唔同嘅方法咧嚟去逃避佢。
This is why the Indian master. This is why the Indian master is a terrible thing. You can imagine, right? We say enemy. Why? Your mind, because your mind. Before there is no enemy, because your mind create enemy.
而呢個所以點解呢個印度大師咧就會話人心係最可怕嘅事？例如你有敵人啦，其實唔係可怕嘅，唔係敵人，係你個心將佢創造成為一個敵人。
So many things, right? Mind. This is why they call terrible thing is a mind. But Buddha is different. Buddha said, beautiful thing to have is your mind.
不過你調翻轉頭，佛陀就會話最美好嘅事情，亦都係人嘅心。
It's your mind. It's up to you now. You have this mind. We have this very powerful high-tech mind we have. You want to treat, you want to see as a terrible thing to have or beautiful thing to have. It's up to you.
所以而家就由大家自己去決定啦。你擁有呢個咁有力量嘅心，究竟你將佢睇成係一個好可怕嘅事，定係一個好美好嘅事，就取決於大家啦。
Right? You have the full responsibility which direction you want to bring this mind.
所以大家就有一個全權嘅責任，就係你會將呢個心帶到去一個乜嘢嘅地方。
That's why in Buddhism, beautifully saying, training your mind, right? Bring into positive side, beautiful side.
所以喺佛法，我哋去講訓練我哋嘅心，就成為一個好美好嘅事，將我哋嘅心帶去一個正面嘅方向。
Unfortunately or fortunately, you have the mind already. We have mind.
唔知係可幸定係唔好彩啦，大家已經有呢個咁有力量嘅心喺度㗎啦。
Right? The basic makeup of a human being is the mind and the body. Body is beautiful. Yes, body is always beautiful. Sometimes a little complain. You know? Yeah, I need the water. A little bit sometimes, right? The body is a beautiful thing to have.
所以咧，我哋話，因為大家已經擁有呢一個人心啦，因為我哋琴日都有講過，身同埋心就係人嘅特質啦。雖然我哋話呢個身體咧，其實常常都係美好嘅，雖然有時可能佢會有啲即係投訴啦，佢肚餓啦，或者佢有好多嘅需要啦，但係畢竟咧佢都係美好嘅。
You know, it doesn't matter what other people think about my body. Is it beautiful?
所以我唔會理
Regardless
其
of
他
what
人。
other people think or say, its body itself is beautiful.
所以我唔理其他人點樣去睇或者點樣去講啦，但係我嘅身體咧就係美好噶啦。
Yes. Actually, to have a body, sometimes in Buddhism, they go to have a body is a curse. Karma, I say no. To have a body is a blessing.
雖然咧有時有啲佛法嘅人咧會講話擁有呢個身體咧係一個詛咒嚟嘅，但係我話唔係，其實呢個身體係美好嘅。
But this mind. The mind, if you want to take it as a curse, as a blessing, is up to you.
但係對於我哋嘅心，究竟佢係一個詛咒定係一個美好嘅事情，就取決於大家啦。
And if you don't really take care of your mind, it bring you to the curse.
如果你唔好好照顧你嘅心，可能你就會讓佢成為咗一個詛咒啦。
We have to experience. We never imagine that I'm going to experience. Sometime, right? We're going through a certain experience. We never thought, never dream I'm going to experience this. You miss up.
Can you say
Sometimes because of this mind, we have to experience impossible things, right? We never thought of that some experience. Like, for example, like Nepal, right? Nobody imagined, nobody thought the experience that happened.
因為我哋有呢一個心啦，所以我哋能夠經驗到好多唔同嘅事物。有陣時有啲嘅事物，甚至乎係我哋冇辦法想像嘅，我哋都可以會經驗得到。咁啦，頭先就舉咗，例如好似即係最近尼泊爾嘅地震一樣，我哋根本冇想過佢會發生嘅。
Okay, now you can think. Do you think precious human birth is precious because it's mine?
好啦，咁大家去諗下，究竟我哋人生係咪咁難得呢？尤其是因為我哋呢個嘅心。
Precious means like opportunity, right? Yes, it's an opportunity. You have a both opportunity.
可貴係因為我哋擁有好多唔同嘅機會。
You want to be really, really bad person? You can become because you have the tool, mind. You can become like a worst person in the world. You have a mind. Mind, you can go that direction too. If you want to experience the most horrible thing in the world, you can experience. Right? Because we have this powerful mind. Then also, opposite, right? If you want to be the best person, like a Buddha, you can become because this mind. Or if you want to experience the most wonderful thing in the planet, you can experience because this mind.
就係因為我哋有呢一個嘅心，呢個心讓我哋開創咗好多唔同嘅機會。例如你想成為一個好差嘅人啦，或者呢個世界上最惡嘅、最壞嘅人啦，你都可以咁樣去做，因為你有呢一個好有力量嘅心，甚至乎一啲好恐怖嘅經驗，你都可以經驗到。去到另外一個嘅情況，例如我哋想成為一個最好嘅人啦，或者成為佛啦，我哋都有呢一個咁樣嘅機會，我哋都可以去經驗到一啲好美好嘅經驗。原因亦都係因為我哋有呢一個好有力量嘅心。
Okay, then we should take a break, right?
咁可能我哋先休息一陣先。
Okay, replace with his mind. Okay, I have this powerful. And I want to know this what it is.
可能大家嘅心會諗，我而家有一個好有力量嘅工具啦，我好想知道佢係咩嚟嘅。